What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today we're going to be predicting UFC 281 Adesanya versus Pereira. This is going to be such a good scrap. I cannot wait for this. It's, oh my god, I'm dreaming about it right now. Oh my, getting caught up in my own little world. So anyways, there's tons of fights that we could go over here. Such a stacked card at MSG, as the UFC always like to do. So what we're going to do, pretty similar to the last card we looked over, 280, Makhachev and Oliveira. We're going to do something similar to that sort of thing, but today we're going to go Poirier, Chandler, Zhang, Esparza, and Adesanya Pereira. Those are the fights we're going to predict here today. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So the first fight we're going to talk about today is Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler. What a fight. What a fight. Now, I think if you look at these two on paper, you could say Chandler's definitely the more explosive fighter. He's got a hell of a right hand behind him. He's got a hell of a front kick behind him, like we saw in the Tony Ferguson fight. If you haven't seen Tai Tuivasa's predictions yet, I highly recommend you go watch it. That'll give you a good laugh. But yeah, so I think Chandler's probably the more explosive and like has more power in his punches, and like if it comes down to kill or be killed, I think Chandler has the best odds of winning just off his striking power by itself and how explosive he is. He also, one thing that Chandler has as well is he also has the ground game option as well. He can get Poirier down if he needs to. He's I'm pretty sure he's an All-American wrestler. Don't quote me to that, but I'm pretty sure Michael Chandler's an All-American. And so he's good in the wrestling if he needs to go there. But in the other corner you have Lafayette, Louisiana's own excuse me, Dustin the Diamond Poirier. And Poirier is no goddamn slouch. I've tried his hot sauce. It is for no slouches. I don't know what hot sauce has to do with this. Actually, I have the bottle right here. I keep it in my room. Now I just need a bottle of proper 12 to keep in here. Oh my, wouldn't that be something? But anyways, yeah, Dustin excels in boxing, which is where I think this fight is going to mainly take place. He's got a really good jab with the right, a really good left cross as well, and he's really good with the right hook as well, in my opinion. He's got a great switch stance combination where if he wants to go after you, he'll throw the jab out, and then he'll turn the left hand into the other jab, and then a right hook comes over the top, and then a left hook comes over the top, and he's moving his feet forward each time he comes in too. So he's covering range at a fast rate, which makes it really hard for someone like Michael Chandler to try and get away. He can try some pivots off to the side, but it's probably not going to work very good considering how much of a dog Dustin Poirier is. Which leads into my prediction. I do think this fight will be stopped. Call me crazy, the Gaethje Chandler fight didn't get stopped this time last year. I don't know how, but I'm going to pick Dustin Poirier by a third round TKO. I think it'll go pretty close to the distance, but not quite the distance sort of thing. I think Dustin's stand-up game is going to be elite in this fight. I think he really wants to rip Michael Chandler's head off, which will play into his advantage. And I think he's able to stop the wrestling as well of Michael Chandler if he decides to go to it. So I honestly don't see Chandler going to it, considering how his last UFC fights have gone. But I'm going to take Dustin the Diamond Poirier by third round TKO. Now on to the co-main event of Weili Zhang versus Carla Esparza. Good fight this one. It's a good fight. But if I'm being 100% totally honest with you, I think Zhang Weili is absolutely gonna whitewash Carla Esparza. And I mean like whitewash, like run straight through her. like she did to Jessica Andrade sort of thing. That's if Zhang really wanted, she could easily go through Carla Esparza, in my opinion. That's just my take on the fight. You see how you will. But I think Carla's got a good wrestling game. And yeah, she's definitely got some great credentials in the ground game. But no offense, her striking sucks. And you could see that back in, I know this is a long time ago, but you could see that Ioana Jędrzejczyk fight. And I can see Zhang Weili doing the same thing. I mean, she's got great power behind her punches. She doesn't stop punching. And she has the desire to absolutely go win this fight. And I mean, you could say Carla Esparza is the desire to win, but when you're getting peppered in the face time and time again, you gotta do some serious digging within yourself to really see, do I want to stay in this octagon? Do I want to fight and win my belt back? And I don't think Carla Esparza will have that against Zhang Weili, so I'm going to take Zhang Weili by first round knockout. And the third and final fight we will talk about today, oh, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. Izzy, the last style bender out of Adesanya, I almost forgot his goddamn nickname for a second. He's one of my favorite fighters. I almost forgot his goddamn nickname. Versus Alex Pereira. Very good scrap we have here. Okay, let's address the obvious. Pereira has beaten Izzy twice in kickboxing. Once by decision and once by TKO knockout. I have watched both of those fights, and my take on it is Izzy is clearly the better technical striker, in my opinion. Alex Pereira is definitely the hardest puncher that Izzy's ever probably going to fight, and he can easily put his lights out. So Pereira's the power striker, Izzy's the technical striker. So it comes down to power versus technique, in my opinion. Herrera has a really good mix of power and technique. I think you've seen a great display of that in the Sean Strickland fight, where he kind of just set him up the whole time, and when he was ready, bang, left hook, good night, you're done. And I feel like Izzy's a lot smarter than that, and I mean, you can think back and look to that knockout loss that he had to Pereira in kickboxing, and you can really say, like, Izzy Adesanya has improved leaps and bounds since, when was that fight? 2016, 2017, somewhere around there. He's arguably up there, top 10. I wouldn't say top 10. I'll probably give him like maybe top 25 greatest martial artists of all time at the moment. I don't think that's controversial to say. Top 20, top 15 maybe, but yeah, he's definitely up there. He's an incredibly talented fighter and comes out of a great gym. And Izzy is also very motivated to win this fight, not just for himself, but for his team, because there's also 4 City Kickboxing members on this card. Brad Riddell, Dan Hooker, Carlos Uberg, I think is the 4th one. So, of course they want to go 4 for 4. So, Izzy's going to want to carry that on his shoulders as well. Will that weigh on him in the fight? I don't think so. You've seen something similar to when Izzy fought Rob Whittaker back in Melbourne for the first time, and Izzy held it together, put on a great walkout, by the way. I love rewatching that all the time. And God, where was I going with this? Yeah, anyways, point of basis here. Izzy's the better technical striker. Alex is a technical power striker. And I can see this fight kind of being a mix of the Izzy's fight with Paulo Costa and Yoel Romero. It's gonna be like Izzy's gonna be so driven to prove himself to win, but I feel like he's also gonna like try to keep his range a bit more. If Pereira like tries to come in, it'll be step back, jab, maybe a right hand, move, get out of the way, establish center, jab, jab, keep him out of range, steps in, stay on those toes, slip, move, roll, the whole shebang. So how do I think this fight's gonna go? I think it's gonna be a back and forth fight. I think Pereira will have his moments. I think Adesanya will have his moments. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna take Israel Adesanya by a decision. I think it's going to be a very close fight. I mean, I'll probably be like 3 rounds to 2 or 4 rounds to 1, but even still, like every round will be pretty close. I don't see it being a split decision, but I think it can definitely be a unanimous. So yeah, I just think Izzy's learned so much from that loss in kickboxing, and we got to remember this as well. Kickboxing is totally different to mixed martial arts, and Izzy's one of the best mixed martial artists in the world. So we got to keep that in mind when we're thinking about all this too. So when it comes down to it all, I'm gonna take Izzy by decision. Pereira is definitely gonna have his moments. I can even see him maybe dropping Adesanya once in this fight, or like landing a clean shot flush where the crowd and Joe Rogan, all you hear is "Ow!" you know what I'm talking about, the UFC commentary moments, all the memes, whatever. But yeah, those are my picks for the fights, guys. Make sure to put a 3-fight parlay on, because I get shit right and I know what I'm talking about. Izzy decision, Whaley first round KO, and Dustin 3rd round TKO. Take it to the bank. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment about who you think's gonna win in the comments down below. Let me know what you agree with and disagree with in this video. Follow me on all my social medias: YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, the whole shebang. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Your view truly means the world to me. And I will catch you next time. Video next week, maybe World Cup predictions. I promise I'm coming up with new ideas. I'll just be known as the sports predictor guy, whatever. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Peace!